What's going on, guys? Challenge here. New season for Call of Duty Modern Warfare, which means new weapons to review, talk about, and give my thoughts about. Now, the first weapon on the list is going to be the CR-56 AMAX. Now, this weapon we all thought, or at least most majority of the community thought, this was going to be the Galil. However, my prediction was right, and this is apparently a variation of the AK-12. Now, I don't know exactly what it is, but it has a lot of resemblance to the AK. It even shoots the same round, the 7.56 Soviet round. You know, there's a lot of, connections to the AK-12, and, if you played any other game, this is going to feel a lot like an AK, and it performs a lot like an AK. However, it does start off a bit weird. Now, the gameplay you're seeing right now is me definitely higher ranked tier of this weapon. I ranked it up, found a nice barrel on it, and it is pretty good with this setup. Now, the odd thing is that it doesn't come like this. It's not really a traditional AR from the beginning. It's more of a long-range SMG, but without the rate of fire. It's not built at all for an AR setup when compared to the Growl, the M4A1, stuff like that. It is just very, very, very odd. Now, one thing that's really weird is that it is a slow rate of fire, which means high damage, but it has a lot of kick to it. So the setup default is really weird because it's built like an SMG. The barrel is not that long, the ADS time is pretty good, the reload time is a little bit slower, but in general it feels and performs a lot like an SMG in the beginning stages. Now, obviously, when you rank up, you get more barrel options, and I pretty much, as you see here on screen, I went with the XRX Zodiac S440 barrel with a Merc foregrip, the 45 round magazine, the tripled wrap grip, the faster ADS time, and a Viper reflex sight. Now, obviously, you can customize this to your liking, but I feel like this was honestly the best performing, AR in terms, or version of it when it comes to just medium and long range. When it comes to close range and it's built, default built, do not expect to win much gunfights if you go up against the MP5, MP7, M4, Growl, M13. If you get caught in a gunfight, and you may even shoot first in that situation, if you get caught with a gunfight in its early stages and you're using basically the SMG variation of it, it is not going to be performing well, and you will lose some gunfights, especially with the fact that it does have higher recoil than normal. Now, one thing I do admit is that once you get your, you rank up this weapon, it becomes, in my opinion, one of the top tier assault rifles when it comes to medium and long distances. Now, specifically medium and long distances, due to its low rate of fire, do not expect to be winning too much gunfights when it comes to close range. You can definitely get the drop on them and win close quarter, or closer than average gunfights for assault rifles, but don't expect to walk out of it every single time. Now, when it comes to playstyle with this weapon, you traditionally want to hold down longer angles, longer corridors, and you don't want to get close quarters at all. Again, you can get close quarters, but again, you're at a high disadvantage, which is low rate of fire, high recoil. So it's a weird blend. If it has low rate of fire, you want to make sure you can shoot farther, but that means it has more kick. So it's just a weird mix, but by no means does it mean that this assault rifle is bad, because I honestly think it's one of the top tier assault rifles in the game. But again, medium to long range. So yes, you can run and gun with this assault rifle, but make sure most of your engagements are at least in the medium category and maybe somewhat close. Do not push like you are using the M4A1, the M13, or the Growl. Do not get up close and personal in people's faces, because if they have an MP5, an MP7, a Growl, an M4A1, an M13, a Kilo 141, you are almost guaranteed to lose that gunfight due to this low rate of fire. Now, one thing I'm a little bit unfortunate is that the reload time for this weapon is on the higher end for the assault rifles, but at the same time, I had to put a 45 round magazine, just because, I want to test out, see if this could be potentially working in Warzone, stuff like that. We're going to get specifics about Warzone soon at the end of the video, talking about what I'm going to do there. But in general, I just wanted a 45 round magazine. I want to continuously shoot down range and just lay down high powered rounds at my opponents. And the 45 round magazine definitely does that. But again, the reload time is a bit slow. Now, overall, my thoughts about this weapon, again, it is one of the top tier assault rifles when it comes to medium and long ranges. It is a much better performing AK-47, that is for sure, and it has better ammo capacity and, in my opinion, better recoil than the SCAR. But again, cater this, I'm still messing around with the attachments. This gun just came out today, but in general, I am pretty pleased to see that there is a different approach to the assault rifle with this new weapon. It's not a traditional Growl, high rate of fire, kind of low accuracy, good accuracy, and then damage. I'm glad that they strayed away from that, and they brought a much different approach, a more high-powered assault rifle, into the game, because I do think there is some really good high power assault rifles in the game. But in general, when it comes to Warzone with this weapon, I expect it to be, at least to build the image you saw on screen, that to be working the most. Now, I'm going to come out with a video later on in the week talking about this weapon in Warzone. I got to test it out, see what attachments work for Warzone. One of the unfortunate things is that I do not think I'm going to be able to have a suppressor with the, the loadout I'm going for. So that's one unfortunate thing. But in general, I have high expectations for this gun in Warzone. So again, do not be afraid to check this out in Warzone. A lot of Warzone engagements are medium to long range, and I do think this AR is going to be fitting in on a perfect sweet spot when it comes to Warzone engagements. But in general, let me know what you guys think about this assault rifle when you check it out. This is a free level 1 tier assault rifle unlock. You do not need the battle pass to get this, but again, it is a bit of a grind. I obviously paid for it coming out day one. I did not grind 31 tiers in one day. I am not that grindy in this game. But in general, I'm pretty pleased about this weapon. I do think it's be a top tier weapon. And for more weapon reviews, definitely stay tuned for a few hours from now when we talk about the new SMG, the Vector, obviously .45. I forget what it's actually called in this game, but it's a very jaw-dropping SMG. Has its pros, has its cons, but it's a very satisfying addition to the game. With that being said, let me know what you guys think about this video. Make sure you guys like and subscribe for more Call of Duty content like this. With that being said, hope you guys have a good one. Shine Ninja here, and I'm out.